Students, today you have to see there is another topic, the second one, functions of root. We already studied what do you mean by the taproot system, what do you mean by the adventitious root system, and what are the plants habit and habitat and lifespans are already studied. Now we pass on to functions of root. What are the functions mostly occur in a root system? Roots perform two types of functions, namely primary function and secondary function. Primary function and secondary function. Here, what do you mean by the primary function? The topmost one, absorb the water and minerals from the soil. That is the first function of this plant. There is absorption of water and minerals from the soil. Then, help to anchor the plant firmly in the soil. It will attach to the soil. The plant root system is mostly attached to the soil, then only it will grow. That is a main function of that root system. Then secondary one. In some plants, roots perform additional functions. These are called secondary functions. To perform additional functions, structure of roots are modified here. Here some of the additional functions are there. These are called secondary function. To perform additional function, some of the roots are modified in nature. That is called secondary function. Okay, first one, modification of root system. Modification of root system, taproot modification. First one, in a taproot modification, storage function, storage roots, conical root and fusiform roots, conical roots, fusiform roots and napiform roots. There are three kinds of root system. Storage root system is first one, conical root. There are cone-like structure, a cone-like broad at the base and gradually tapering to the apex region. That is the type of root system is nothing but conical root system. It mostly occur in a Daucus carota carrot. There are cone-like structure broad at the base and generally tapering towards the end apex region. Example, Daucus carota. Then fusiform root. The roots are swollen in the middle and tapering towards both ends. That is called fusiform root, Raphanus sativus. The third one, napiform root. Napiform root, it is very broad at the apex and suddenly tapers like a tail at the base region. Example, Beta vulgaris, napiform root. Then breathing root. Apart from these three kinds of root system, breathing roots also it will present. For example, good example is Avicennia. Some mangrove plants like Avicennia, Rhizopora, Bruguiera develop special kinds of root system. These are negatively geotropic. They are above the soil level. They are protruding. Some protrudings also occur. That type of root system also occur in these plants. For respiration, because the soil becomes saturated with water and aeration is very poor. They have a number of breathing pores on nematophores. They are called it as nematophores for exchange of gases also there. Okay. In root modification, some of the parts marks also there, some of the various types of also there. You can differentiate these two types, taproot modification and adventitious modification in a root modification. First one, taproot modification, storage purpose they are modified, conical, fusiform, napiform, and breathing. Here this is comes under this taproot modification. In an adventitious root system, storage function is there. Mechanical support also there, vital functions also there. In a tuberous roots, fasciculated root, nodulous roots, moniliform roots, annulated roots. These are comes under this storage purposes in adventitious roots. Then next we pass on to mechanical support, prompt root, tilt root, climbing root, buttress roots. These are comes under this mechanical supports of adventitious roots. Then vital function. In adventitious root system, some of the vital functions also there. That is called epiphytic roots, foliar roots, sucking root, photosynthetic roots. These are comes under this vital function. Okay, one by one you can see. This is the carrot, then radish and beetroot. These are a conical form, fusiform and napiform structure. Okay, then adventitious root modification, storage roots. Here, tuberous root system. These roots are swollen without any definite shape. Tuberous roots are produced singly and not in clusters. Example, Hypomia patatus. The roots are swollen without any definite shape. That is called tuberous root system. Then fasciculated root. These roots are clustered from the base of the stem. That is called fasciculated root, cluster in nature. First one, not a cluster in nature. Second one, cluster in nature. That is called example, dahlia, asparagus. Then nodulous root. This type of roots swelling occurs only near these tips. Example, maratha, arrowroot, curcuma, amanda, mango, ginger, ma injinsul, curcuma, lavanga, turmeric. These are comes under these nodulous roots. Some of the bits like suture it will present. Okay, then moniliform or beaded root. These roots are swell at frequent intervals, giving stem a beaded appearance it will present. That is a type of root system is nothing but moniliform or beaded root. Roots are swell at frequent intervals, giving them a beaded appearance. Example, whitefish, portulaca, momadica. Then annulated root. Here in an annulated root, these roots have a series of ring-like swelling on their surface at regular intervals. Example, psychotria, ipia. The next one. Here you can see the Ipomea petulans, dahlia, maranta, then psychotria. There is a example for this type of beaded roots, and visiform, fasciculated, and moniliform roots also there. Okay. Next, mechanical support. In this mechanical support, there are 4 types of mechanical support roots are there in adventitious roots. Prompt root, pillar roots. These roots grow vertically downwards from the lateral branches into the soil. Roots grow vertically downward from the lateral branches into the soil. Example, Ficus bengalinus, banyan tree, Indian rubber tree. And tilt root, there is brass root. These are thick roots growing obliquely from the basal nodes of the main stem. These provide mechanical support. Example, Saccharum avisnarum, Ziames, Pandanus, and Rhizopora. These are comes under this. There is tilt root. The next one, third one, climbing or clinging roots. Climbing roots are clinging roots. These roots are produced from the nodes of the stem, which attach themselves to support and help in climbing. To ensure foothold on the support, they secrete some of the sticky juices which dries up in an air, attaching to the roots to the support only. Example, Piper beetle. It's a good example for climbing or clinging roots. Then fourth one, buttress roots. In certain trees, a broad plank-like outgrowths. A plank-like outgrowths it will present, develop towards the basal all around the trunk. They grow obliquely downwards and give support to the huge trunk of trees. This is to adaptation for tall rainforest trees. Example, Bambuck shiba, red silk cotton tree, Shiba pentatra, white silk cotton tree, Dulanax regia, Bambuck tree. Okay, you can see there is a prompt root. Ficus bengalinus, Saccharum avisnaris tilt root, and Epipremium pinnatum, and Bambucks. These are comes under this the adventitious root modification of mechanical support. Then apart from this, there is some of the vital functions also there. That is epiphytic or velamen root. Some epiphytic orchids develop special kind of aerial roots which hang freely in the air. These roots are developed from a spongy tissue called velamen tissue. A sponge-like tissue will present, which helps in absorption of moisture from the surrounding air. Example,